Welcome to the Modern Noob. I am the Modern Noob and this is Tron. I'm not gonna play it this time. I realized in the last match where I forgot to side in Torpor Orb against Splinter Twin that I really need a sideboard plan instead of just using the post on the forum, the primer on MTG Salvation. So this is me building the sideboard plan. This is my collection of sideboard plans, and you'll notice there is not one for Tron. Oh, there is one for blue Tron, so let's start from there. And now we'll try to think about what to sideboard against different decks. First, we need a link to the Salvation forums. I should do this on Twitch, but I haven't streamed in forever. So I don't think my setup works. This computer doesn't even have it. But this would be an excellent exercise for Twitch. So here is the Salvation primer. There's a link to it in the show notes. Let's make a note of the sideboard. I think I'm gonna stick with this sideboard. It's taken from a 4-0 list. And I have all the cards. Nature's Claim has been really good. And the primer uses this, something like this sideboard. Seems to be really afraid of Affinity, but I think Affinity is one of the matchups that you can actually change with the sideboard. Also in the main deck we have now 2 Fire Spouts and 2 Pyroclast, but why do I still have a Fire Spout? There are like, how big is Zoo in the metagame? That's one thing to consider. So let's go to Goldfish and check the metagame. This is the modern metagame. And Zoo is not even in the top 10. So what do I actually kill with Fire Spout that I don't kill with Pyroclasm? Nothing in Splinter Twin, right? And it's still a sorcery, it doesn't do anything against them. What about Pod? Is there anything here with 3 toughness that I care about? Not really, no. And nothing in Affinity has toughness. Nothing in Delver. Goyfs are too big anyway. Tron in 9th place. Hate Bears. Maybe I should just be running 4 Pyroclasm. I'm gonna move 1 more Pyroclasm into the deck. But maybe I should have the full set. What do you think? Please let me know in the show notes. Okay, on to the sideboarding. So I did have a very useful comment in the last Tron video that we are going to put. Welcome to the Modern Noob. In this plan. About Splinter Twin, the nightmare matchup. You bring in Nature's Claims. Interesting. Okay, let's go for what we know first. That is the decks that are actually given in the sideboard plan here. So against Yound and Junk, we already have Spellskite. It says to bring in Spellskite and Nature's Claim and Relic, but they are already in our main deck except Nature's Claim. But why would I bring in Nature's Claim? So I'm thinking no sideboard against Yound Junk. Pod we're also set to beat. Is there a difference between Melira Pod or Kiki Pod? And we need the relics. What can we take out there? Stirrings, possibly. Is there anything else we need against Pod? The guide says plus torpor or minus worm coil engine or relic. So we take out the worm coil or stirrings. Tell me what you think. So we take out we bring in spell scatter and take out relics, so no sideboard. Going to miss the fire spouts. Against other Trondecks, we want to take out 3 relics, 3 Oblivion Stone, 3 Pyroclasp, and the worm coil engines. This is what the guide says. But we don't have too much to bring in, do we? Surgical. We don't have all the stuff in the sideboard that they have. Surgical extraction for Ghost Quarter or Tron. Nature's Claims, possibly. Why? Combust, Dismember, after his cage, slaughter game. Wow. Slaughter games for Karn. Spellskite for Karn. Oblivion Stone is rather difficult to kill Karn with, but I think Oblivion Stone then stays. We do have to replace the Pyroclasp and the Fire Spout, because they don't do anything. Keep Oblivion Stone, Relic and Worm Coil. So how about 2 Nature's Claims? 2 Slaughter Games. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Do you agree? Against Blue Tron, it should be the same, right? Or do we need more artifact destruction against them? Tell me what you think. Scape Shift. This is a bad matchup. We take out Pyroclasp and Fire Spout. Oblivion Stone. We bring in Surgical. We bring in Slaughter Games. We bring in Mindslaver, Beast Within, and Spellskite. But they are already in the deck, so this will be the sideboard against Scapeshift. And it looks to be like the general anti-combo sideboard. Do you want to keep the Pyroclasps against Storm in case they have empty warrants? But they don't, right? What about the cage? When do I need a cage? In other matchups. What do they say about Storm? Take out Wormcoil Engine. Bring in Slaughter Games and Surgical. Infect. It's not super hard to sideboard with this deck. Wormcoil. Relic. Bring in the Dismember. I need that against Splinter Twin 2. And Dismember. Nature's Claims. What? Nature's Claim to add an animated Inkmoth Nexus or otherwise artifact-based infect creatures. Okay. So something like that. And the same for the Simic Infect deck, which is the one I estimated I will run into. So here is then the Splinter Twin board. What did we bring in against Splinter Twin? Do we need the Pyroclasps and stuff? We definitely need the Combusts. That's what they are there for. So what do we not need? We took out the Stirrings, I think. Probably the Oblivion Stone, but it did help against Splinter Twin. The Wormcoil Engines. Seems really slow. I'm not sure here. Torpor Orb, Combust. Dismember. Help me with this one. Tell me the correct sideboarding against Splinter Twin. Also, any other decks you feel we have to mention? I suspect we have the Grafdigger's Cage against decks like Living End. And Goryo's Breach. Reanimator overall. No board against random aggro. Okay, this is the sideboard plan I will work from now. And it's time to play a match with the deck. Please let me know what other decks I should sideboard against. I think I'm gonna keep the sideboard like this. Because it has worked quite nicely. And it's based on the forward deck. Thank you for watching.